Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
At Sierra, discover great deals on top brand workout gear, like high-quality walking shoes, which might lead to another discovery.
40,000 steps, baby. Who's on top now, Karen?
You've taken the office step challenge a step too far. Don't worry, though. Sierra also has yoga gear. It might be a good place to find your zen. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings,
Why are you listening to this show?
the podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
This episode is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
We welcome in David Samson. Nothing personal with David Samson. You catch it on the DraftKings Network every single morning and, of course, on YouTube and wherever you get podcasts. And, David, we just ran the promo for your show right before we rejoined here. And I have to ask, how many of those ugly-ass jackets do you own?
Oh, I got a couple closets worth, but they're not all ugly. If you have solid ones, you can wear unsolid shirts. If you have sort of fun ones, then you have to wear the solid shirts. Sometimes my rotation gets screwed up and I wear a fun jacket with a fun shirt and it ends up pissing Coco off. But at the end of the day, you know, the rotation is the rotation. So yeah, I follow the internet sales. I'm the guy, I get those texts or flash sales, 70% off, click, and you look and you keep track, you know, of a blazer that you like. And then you can try to time it when it's on sale, the maximum sale. And that's when I try to buy it. I like figuring that kind of stuff out. It's easy to keep a graph on it, actually.
David, so the somber jacket you're going with today, is that because Ryan Sandberg passed and we're just going for something a little less loud?
No, it's just this was to the left of the closet here in my studio where I am. It was this blazer and this jacket. And then I've been doing shows since 7 this morning. And then I'm going to go and do a sporting class. So I'll have to do a different outfit. So then I'll go to the next one. I actually don't know which blazer I'll be wearing to do sporting class, but it won't be this one.
If you're recording sporting class to air it a different day, why would it matter if you're wearing that jacket?
Because I'm wearing this today.
But if that is sporting class airing today? Not that that would even matter.
Exactly. It's not airing today, which is why I can't wear the same blazer and shirt.
So it doesn't look like he's like 3 days a week.
People are tracking David's outfit, Chris. You don't get it.
Wait, it's just continuity. I have this argument with people at Meadowlark all the time, and I don't quite get it. If you're recording something for a different day, shouldn't you wear? So I'll keep during the course of a week, I'll know what 5 outfits I have. So if I'm pre-recording something for a Thursday, I'll wear my Thursday outfit for that pre-record. I'd like to believe I'm not the only one who does that.
You know Friday's outfit right now?
Yes, I actually happen to. Because there's 5 days.
Well, so then you're wearing Friday's outfit later and then again on Friday.
That's exactly correct.
I understand the point of continuity, but I don't think that people assume the sporting class is like a live show. Like, we get caught here all the time wearing different outfits because we pre-recorded the day before or whatever. So if you're watching the video, it's like, oh, they changed outfits for a segment. Now they're back to the other outfits later. Like, I get that, but sporting class, I don't think people think is a live show.
Well, certainly with its budget, there's plenty of post-production. So maybe I could wear yesterday's clothes tomorrow and no one would know the difference. And I could say, hey, it's been taped in 3 different ways. God knows that's possible. Billy, you may be right. I may be able to ignore my entire plan when it comes to PTFO, but certainly for DLS and some of the other shows I do, I think I got to stick to it. But I think you may have convinced me that I can, be a little more free of my, foibles.
Yeah, I just want to get out of your head a little bit. Let loose.
I have no idea how we managed to make a second segment on Ryan Sandberg.
It's weird.
Sound even worse.
I saw. Can I say? Like
I thought I did a nice job.
In terms
whatever.
of a eulogy.
I saw a picture that David. I think it someone sent it to me. I think it was like your daughter's wedding or like the day before, like the rehearsal dinner or whatever.
Was he wearing
and from what I remember, he was wearing like a loud jacket. Yeah. Like it was like a lot. I was like, man, this guy's trying to steal the shine today. Like this jacket's a lot today.
Trying to steal the shine from my daughter?
Somewhat. It was odd. It was kind of this is a lot for father of the bride here.
I think though when you're going to. Don't zoom in on that for the YouTube audience. They're zooming in on my gut, which I don't necessarily appreciate. I should have photoshopped that.
Don't worry, the jacket's taking all the attention.
Thank God. I love that one. Yeah, so you asked me about Ryan. It's so weird to have been in Cooperstown, and then all of a sudden Ryan Sandberg, we're talking about him. There's 52 living Hall of Famers. If the Otis Saga is the hotel in Cooperstown, and every player has his own wine glass and a case in the Otis Saga, and when a Hall of Famer passes away, they put a new flower every day into the wine glass, and that's how you know who's passed away in the last year. And now it's hard to imagine that you will have Ryan Sandberg with a flower in his glass. It is too young. And I can only hope that people get their prostates checked, as uncomfortable as it is. You have to get them checked every year. And it's a Fletch moment for sure, but you just have to do it. It's just sad. 65 years old, such a great, great player, great person. I loved talking to him when he was manager of the Phillies. That's when I really got to know him the best. And it's a disappointing thing to happen so close to the Hall of Fame induction.
David, do you think that Billy is right in being mad about Ichiro's Marlins joke in Cooperstown?
I heard that, Billy, and I want to tell you how I engaged with it sitting there in the heat yesterday, because you hear your name come out and you're just so overwhelmed with gratitude that your name comes out, and then you hear the Marlins joke. And I immediately thought, my God, anything other than that. Because that is, you could just tell that people were going to think that was serious, but it wasn't. We won the World Series in 2003, folks. He was in his prime in 2003. He knew the Marlins, number one. Number two, he faced us. We played against him.
Oh, he was terrible against the Marlins.
I then had it checked. He was like 8 for 40 against us.
Yeah, he was bad.
We had him dead to rights. And believe me, he keeps track of every at-bat. So what I then realized is he wanted to let people know what a funny side he has to go with how important his message was during his speech, which I think is one of the most viral and best speeches I've ever heard a Hall of Famer give. So I had a little PTSD because the Marlins are the butt of people's jokes, though we do have 2 world championships in our franchise history, and we've been to the playoffs recently twice since COVID. So all of this talk that the Marlins are, such a failure, I just don't buy. But I think now people realize that, of course, Ichiro was joking.
For the people who missed it, we have the video right now. Let's go ahead and roll it.
And to the Miami Marlins, I appreciate David Samson and Mike Hill for coming today. Honestly, when you guys called to offer me a contract for 2015, I have never heard of your team.
That's his wife. That's his wife there who they pan to. And that's just funny. It's funny. Of course, he had heard of the team, but I laughed. Is it a surprise that he came to Miami? Did we do a lot of things for him to choose Miami? We did. We gave him a tour of the clubhouse. We gave him a tour of how he would get to the ballpark.
Wow, a tour of the clubhouse.
Wow.
No, listen.
Did you charge him or?
Cody, listen. You have to go through. We had to send him our uniform so he could make sure that he had spikes that were made that would match the uniform. We had to get certain workout equipment because he had a way that he would prepare for a game both during spring and the regular season. And so we wanted him very badly. We wanted to make sure he wanted to be with us as a fourth outfielder. We extended his career for 3 years, which he was appreciative of. He got 3,000 hits as a Marlin.
Yeah, Colorado.
He loves the Marlins, and that was a great moment for our franchise. So I don't regret at all either having Ichiro, I'm honored to have had him, or of that comment. It's just nice to be associated with that level of greatness.
David, what was that stretch like when you guys were preparing for him to get the 3,000th hit?
Well,
a nightmare. Going to the park every day and eating stadium food every day just for David and his cronies out there to let him do it in Colorado the day before coming home. Go on, David. Don Mattingly. Screw him.
It happens to not have been Don Mattingly's fault. We put it in the hands of all of us, and it was me, and it was Mike Hill, and it was Don Mattingly, and it was Ichiro. And the conversation was, hey, we're going to play you today, but we could hold off and play you Monday, but we really want you to play today. And it was a Sunday, and Ichiro's view was, listen, I need you to do what you do. I'll do what I do. If I'm in the lineup, take 4 at-bats, thank you. If I'm pinch hitting, thank you. Appreciate the uniform in the locker, but you do your job. And Mattingly said, notwithstanding anything, we would be playing him today. And I said I would rather him get 3,000 hits at home, but I would rather not be looked at as the person who gets in the way of Ichiro getting more at-bats or of Don Mattingly and the GM deciding what the best lineup was that particular day. So listen, Billy, I had to fly to Denver.
Sounds like it was Don Mattingly's fault from that story. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
I wasn't in Denver.
gathered.
That is
That's exactly
nice
what that
little
sounded like to me. And all of a sudden, you're like, you know what? I don't want to be involved
And
in
a little
this
bit the
decision.
GM. A little bit the GM.
Yeah, come on, David.
I'm going to say that I'm the one responsible for that decision, and I'm glad that he got it.
Buck stops with you.
Touch the ball,
Buck
coach.
stops with me,
Horse
so it's my
hockey.
fault for sure. But it's not that it wasn't an inconvenience to me, because my plan was to be at the game in Florida, obviously, because that's where I lived. But I had to get my way to Denver because there was no way I was going to miss it. And knowing that he was going to get 4 at-bats at $29.99, he was going to get that hit. And he came only a few inches away.
Yeah.
The irony of him hitting a homer for 3,000, I think that he wanted that, and he came so close to getting it.
So I'd like an apology then from you, since it's your fault. I'd like a public apology from you to all Marlins fans right now, please, and thank you.
I'm going to do better, Billy. I'm going to do better because I'm feeling such love from all of you guys and how it all works with you. And when I'm not there and just the way you guys speak about me. So I'm going to apologize for everything, not just for the 3,000th hit, Billy. I'm apologizing for every trade that didn't work out, for every disappointment. And I am not going to ask for any love in return for any memories you may have that are good. I'm going to assume they're all bad. And I'm going to hopefully put this to rest so the national audience can move past it because they don't give a flying rat's pituitary gland. But I impacted your life and Mike Ryan's life, and I guess Stu's and Amin's and everybody else. So I apologize.
What a mensch.
On behalf of the entire fan base, we do not accept. You live with that guilt until the day that you die, David Samson.
Wear it.
Howdy, folks. It's Mike Ryan. Happy summertime, everybody. Summer is fantastic. A lot of outdoor activities, a lot of concerts, a couple of championship parades if you're lucky enough, a lot of big-time movies. Maybe you're going to a happy hour before you see a big summer blockbuster with your friends. Why don't you order a Miller Lite at the bar? Whether it's via draft, glass bottle, or that beautiful white can, or the cool special edition 50th anniversary gold cans, making any time this summer a Miller time is always a great idea. You want to make a summer memory that lasts forever? Well, crack open a Miller Lite. You know why? Because since 1975, Miller Lite has been the go-to way to stock your cooler to celebrate those incredible summer moments. This year marks 50 years of Miller time, 50 great years of taste, 50 great years of celebrating with great friends and making unforgettable memories. Brewed for flavor, with simple ingredients like malted barley, it delivers that rich, balanced toffee note flavor and golden color that just hits different. Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Folks, nothing says summer like long days, clutch plays, and firing off a few bets on the game, all with DraftKings Sportsbook. Never bet baseball before? Hey, it's easy. Pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride with your squad and hope for the best. No spreadsheets, just vibes and dingers. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers. Bet $5 and get 150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code DAN. That's code DAN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Don Le Batard.
Can I tell you something? I don't know, it was maybe like a month ago. And I decided to watch Pitch Clock. And I told Jeremy,
Stugotz.
This is a good show you're doing.
This is the Don Le Batard show with the Stugotz.
Who's someone that you went out of your way to like kind of lure like you did with Ichiro that then didn't come? You're like, we wasted a lot of time and effort in this.
Albert Pujols? Albert Pujols is the number one, will be the number one forever. And I was just with him in Cooperstown, and he was there. And before the Hall of Famers came to the Saturday night party, by the way, the whole weekend is a look at me, Louie, because you're just around Hall of Famers and you're sitting there talking to Albert Pujols and many other players. I had a great conversation with Mike Hampton and he told me how much he regrets not coming to the Marlins and choosing the Braves. He does not have a ring because he thought the Braves were a better team than the Marlins. And he said, I have lived with that. It's the biggest regret of my career, not signing with Colorado. The biggest regret is not allowing myself to be traded. And he said, David, if you had only FaceTimed me and told me what you told me now, I would have accepted the trade. I said, Mike, we were on the phone together. There was no FaceTime. I said, dude, please come to the Marlins. And you were like, absolutely not. So now Tim Spooneybarger has a ring and not you. And Mike Hampton's wife, who was there, was despondent, as was Mike. But anyway, you're sitting with Albert Pujols, and I was reminding him of the story of the Marlins had him signed. And the effort with his agent, sleeping in his hotel room, which I did, stalking Pujols and his agent overnight just to have Artie Moreno bid $254 million. And I got to say to Albert, because we were enjoying ourselves in Cooperstown, I said, Albert, were you ever going to sign with the Marlins for the $200 million? Shopped it. All right, Albert, I know you shopped it. Thank you.
I just want to point out that Mike Hampton is mad that you didn't invent FaceTime. And then call him with that invention. Like, hey, it's this new thing. I can see you while I talk to you. If you had done that, maybe I would have said yes. But that does lead me, David, to you said you're hanging out in Cooperstown. What is there to do? Is it just like little side parties beyond the obvious ceremony? Or like, are there bars? Are there fancy restaurants?
More like
in
diners.
Cooperstown? Yeah,
There's
like,
diners.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a Roy Rogers out there, right?
Well, it's not a Roy Rogers. It's a one-street town, but it's so cool during induction weekend because there's people everywhere. And listen, it's better. I ate a burger off a grill that was outside a restaurant next to Biddy Schramm from League of Their Own, who was signing stuff.
The real one?
Real Biddy Schramm. Oh, wow. I got to meet her and
Which
talk
one was
about. There's no crying in baseball. She was the right fielder.
Okay.
I would appreciate it.
Yo, why is that funny? I mean, I'm supposed to know all their names?
She was the one with her kid there?
Yes, Stillwell.
Yeah.
And I was with Mike Hill, and she said, by the way, Stillwell is now bigger than you, looking at Mike Hill, and Mike Hill's a big guy. And I guess you could see it if you scouted. If you're a good scout, you look at Stillwell and say, oh, I can see him as a big guy now with his own kids. I would appreciate it if by next year you would work on hitting the cutoff man. That's a great movie. And she was there doing a signing. And so I bought a picture and had her sign it. And we took a photo. Curtis Pride, the first and only deaf player in Big League Baseball, was there. Mike Tyson was there signing stuff. And then, of course, you have all the players.
Why not? You gonna tell him no?
Who said why?
I said why.
Zaz, are you gonna be the one that says, "Hey, Mike, you can't come and sign autographs here"?
But Mike Tyson's like, "Hey, I'm going to Cooperstown."
Yeah.
Zaz, can I introduce you to a concept called revenue?
Oh,
revenue is when you put up a shingle and you say, "I will be signing from 12:45 to 2 o'clock," and people line up 200 deep to buy something that you're selling because you'll sign only what's bought at the table, and everyone buys stuff and then you sign it.
But like, that's a common thing that there will be people outside of baseball who are doing that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Very much so. You're going now. This year was the first year without Pete Rose holding up a shingle and buying stuff and selling stuff and signing stuff. Obviously, hard to sign from above or below or wherever we are.
The speculation begins. Where did Pete Rose? Juju, put it on the poll.
Don't. David, 2 years ago, Leo Messi made his debut for Inter Miami against Cruz Azul in what was a newly formulated tournament by MLS and Liga MX called the League's Cup, for the League's Cup. And Don Garber last week during MLS All-Star finally provided insight into what MLS's streaming numbers are. It's been a closely guarded secret, and they were bad. The average audience for MLS games is pretty piss poor, especially compared to where they were. This was supposed to grow the league not just in revenue, but the hope was that they would grow audience, and it hasn't done that despite it being lumped in with cell phone carriers and cable carriers. What did you make of those numbers? Why, if Don Garber kept it secret for so long, would he finally use that opportunity to reveal that? Because all it brought was shame and embarrassment.
Well, I don't think it brought shame and embarrassment. I think 120,000 in unique viewers is less than what they would have hoped. I think the amount of revenue that Apple got was less. Therefore, the amount of revenue Messi got was less. We just had Tom Bogert on Nothing Personal today and talked for 25 minutes about MLS and Inter Miami and Messi and a lot of what could have gone wrong, what could have gone better. And I guess I'll sum it up and tell you what we didn't get to talk about today, so I'll mention it now, is that Messi's in a position where as an equity holder, you need to be doing things in order to increase the value of your underlying asset. And when you don't show up to the All-Star game, when you are not selling the game because you're so satisfied with your lot in life, you can't then complain when your upside actually gets decreased. And the biggest mistake MLS made was by getting into bed with Messi, thinking that he would care enough to want to carry them into a different revenue sort of stadium. And he just hasn't done it. And it is what it is. On to the next. There'll be the next Messi. There'll be the next great player. And MLS one day will try to continue to be one of the top 4 leagues in North America. It's just not this day.
What do you make of the upholding the rule to suspend him and Jordi Alba? Like, was that a mistake, you think?
Absolutely not.
Did you
Explain to me why
see
Messi,
Jorge Mas's response to it?
Draconian. I like when people use that word.
It was pretty crazy.
Listen, Jorge Mas is Jorge Mas, and I love the guy, the underbidder with the Marlins, but great guy. The fact is that he's trying to stir it and make sure that Messi knows that he's got Messi's back, because that will have an impact in Messi and re-signing and playing in the new Mel Reese Stadium. However, why couldn't Messi have just gotten on the plane to Austin, shake some hands, kiss some babies, play like 3 to 5 minutes, and then get the standing ovation? Everybody's happy. You're not suspended. Tom, your friend, said, it was too much, too many games, too tiring. He played 90 minutes for this number of games over this number of days. And I said, that's a bunch of horse hockey.
Horse hockey.
get on the private plane and just make the appearance. And once he didn't do that, you got to suspend him. And then Garber pretending, I'm so sorry to have done that. Did you see that, Mike?
Yeah.
He said, it's
you
so...
You should have been. No, it's Leo Messi, and you make concessions for Leo. No.
Rules are rules, Michael.
There wasn't a Club World Cup when Leo Messi signed with Inter Miami. And Leo Messi and Inter Miami were the only bright spot for MLS in that Club World Cup. Those were extra fixtures. Leo Messi performed admirably in those games and carried the banner for MLS. And now Leo Messi's got to turn around and do this other new contrived tournament that they've made in the middle of the season that's more games for an aging player that's got his eyes on a real World Cup coming up this summer. I think if there was ever an opportunity for Messi to be like, guys, I've been actually a good partner. I've done all the other MLS All-Star games. I just was the only success story that you had from this Club World Cup. Maybe don't make me hop on a plane to Austin when I got FC Cincinnati because I got more congested games because I had the nerve and the gall to make it to the knockout rounds. I think MLS should have applied proper perspective on this. You can interpret the rules and say, yes, understandably, if you decide to play hooky on the All-Star game, you get suspended. But this is an extraordinary circumstance with you guys making it to the Club World Cup, something that now is new and happens every 4 years, and you're the only team that did anything worth a note there. I think it's kind of BS, and Inter Miami was right to actually invoke Messi and his future in MLS because this is where the commissioner earns his money and he interprets rules. And just because FC Colorado or whatever has a friggin' issue with it doesn't mean you do what's in the worst interest of your league and piss off Leo Messi.
Horse hooky.
You know what happens, Mike, when you start applying rules differently to different people? You get anarchy, mayhem. And as you know,
they do that with Inter Miami. That's the reputation. They do that with Inter Miami, and the Club World Cup wasn't around when they invented this rule.
But all that Messi had to do was go to Garber and go to MLS sooner and work out a deal so they could have announced something together. Instead, the decision was communicated very, very late, where already there's sponsors flying to town, already there's meet and greets planned. You just got to be smarter about timing. If you really want to cut the deal you're talking about, you're aware of the Club World Cup months ago. Give me a break.
Well, they got to be smarter about timing. They also invented Leagues Cup after they came up with this All-Star rule. And he's like, man, I got more congestion in my fixtures. I got to make up all the games that I missed because of the Club World Cup. And now our league is on pause for a month, and then we're going to have fixture after fixture after fixture to make up those games. I understand where Inter Miami and Messi is coming from, and now I certainly understand the argument, hey, hop on a plane with Jordi Alba and run around for 3 minutes. And his whole deal is, I don't want to hop on a plane. I was the only thing that you had going for your league. You need me.
Boo-hoo.
It's not difficult to hop on a private plane and just avoid this whole situation. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine. All you had to do is give them more notice, which they didn't do that either. So they had several paths to do, and they chose the one path that led to suspension. And it was just so ridiculous to me to watch and listen to Jorge Mas defend Messi as though somehow this was trying to threaten Garber. By the way, he's now not going to sign with your league because you suspended him for this game. It's so ridiculous.
Mike, you know what I would have respected if he hit him with the Allen Iverson? What's the fine? Guess what? Here's a blank check. Fill it out.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Suspend me. I'll take it.
Talking about practice?
Like, it's one thing to say, hey, this is why I'm skipping it. But to cry about, why am I being suspended? Hey, man. You a grown man. You knew what the consequences were.
I don't think he cried about it. I think he took it, and the statement from ownership was pretty strong. I think from Leo Messi's perspective, too, is like, we have a what in the middle of what? An all-star game? What is, like,
was that
I Show Speed is doing a skills competition?
Was that not on the schedule?
No.
Yes, it was.
They knew. That's my whole point. It's like, look, Allen Iverson, the story I'm talking about was rookie transition program. When you get drafted in the NBA, all the rookies have to go to rookie transition program, and Allen Iverson didn't go, and they said, well, what's the punishment? He says, well, they fine you, and then you have to come back next year and do it next year. So he gave them a blank check and said, fill it out when my career's over.
I understand MLS.
Just take the L.
I understand MLS All-Star is calendared, and you know when it is on the schedule. What is not calendared is your team making it, rather unexpectedly, by the way, to the knockout phase of the Club World Cup. Okay. And I think that in that event, the league should alter it. I mean, we're talking about an exhibition, ultimately.
The spirit of innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. From improving emergency response times to protecting against cyber attacks, local, state, and federal governments are innovating with Google AI. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at g.co/American innovation.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
After Zoomies at the dog park, it's time for Drive Up at Target. In goes a big bag of kibble and one squeaky chicken toy for the good boy. Drive Up that's ready when you are. Only in the Target app. Just tap Target.
Don Batard.
World War III.
Stugotz.
We're going to get that off the ground. World War III, our group chat has a pretty good feeling about this one.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
David, I want to talk to you about Bryce Harper and Rob Manfred getting into a shouting match in the clubhouse. Bryce Harper allegedly telling Rob Manfred, if you're going to talk about salary cap,
better not mention salary cap,
or get the F out of our clubhouse. And how did you process that news, David?
Oh, that's victory for the owners. Anytime you can get a Boris-fueled tantrum, you know that you're onto something. Remember the last CBA, please, when it was voted on. All of the Boris guys on the executive council voted against ratifying the CBA, and all the regular team reps who represent the regular guys who Boris wouldn't represent because they're not the superstars, they all voted for the CBA. You want Boris and his guys, because Harper's a Boris guy. Harper was speaking for Boris. Boris trying to hang on to power, which he's completely lost because the executive council's changed, and he's looked at as wholly irrelevant by his own union. Forget by MLB, who barely will, give him the time of day. The fact is, when you hear a Boris guy challenge Rob, he's going to, not only is he going to stand his ground, but the other owner is going to look at Rob and say, step one to getting exactly what we want in this next agreement, because we've got splinters, and we're going to put our fingers into the splinters and spread them like some sort of spelunker. And we will create such a divide that we will then be able to make them think we were only after the salary cap. And then they'll realize that we were after totally different things, all of which we got.
David, what would be the eventual carrot that the rank and file would take in exchange for a salary cap?
Oh, I don't think there is a carrot, a stick. I don't think that there is a bunch of carrots. I don't think the players, even if you shut the game down for a year, I don't think the players would agree to a salary cap. But what I do think is if the owners pretend they want the salary cap badly enough, then they will be able to extract other victories from the players. Maybe the minimum doesn't go up as much. Maybe you've got a situation with appearances or scheduling or some pension, ERISA benefit issues, things that are real, meaningful money, not quality of the stake in the clubhouse, but things that matter where the players would say, oh, no salary cap? Okay, thank you. We'll give in on A through Z. So I think that from a strategy standpoint, what baseball is doing makes perfect sense. And Bryce Harper played right into it, yelling at Rob face to face, nose to nose. I only wish I had been there.
What movie are we reviewing today, David?
I mean, did you watch the Billy Joel documentary?
I did not, but Mike Ryan did. He was telling us about it yesterday.
I've seen the first half, the first part. It's a 2-part series, and I really enjoy it so far.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours, both parts. Part 2 dropped on July 25th. Part 2 is the Christy Brinkley era, plus Wife 3, plus Wife 4. So Wife 1 was part 1. And it's called And So It Goes, which happens to be my favorite Billy Joel song of all time. And I learned so much about him All of his songs are autobiographical, how much pain he was in, and the things that he wrote about. You guys write funny songs, and Jeremy and all of you, man, Billy Joel has you beaten. He's writing songs about his wife, who then becomes his ex-wife, and about his manager. He's writing not just Uptown Girl about Christy Brinkley. How about Stiletto about Elizabeth Weber, his wife and manager? Yikes. How about Vienna about his father and the complicated relationship he had? I immediately called my son after watching the documentary thinking that I could do the compare game like, hey, I'm not this guy, but that didn't work.
So where does it... I love rock documentaries. I think The History of the Eagles is the best one of all time. I love Tom Petty's Running Down a Dream. I'm halfway through this one, and it has me feeling like it has a shot to enter that pantheon. Does it fall apart in the second part? He is a pretty private dude, so all of this was illuminating. I was a fan of Billy Joel's music. This documentary is taking it to another level, but I didn't really know much outside of what made headlines, and I'm fascinated by the guy.
And I didn't even remember some of the accidents he had. I didn't know anything about sort of the provenance of all of his songs. And I didn't realize how the Christy Brinkley relationship, how it started, how it ended, why it ended. Because isn't that one of those times that you say, oh my God, if I were married to a supermodel, how could you be unhappy married to a supermodel?
Boy,
that's insane. And then you realize that everybody, squats to pee. And so people are generally the same. And going through it all, It is more tragic than you realize, especially because they don't end it with the truth of what is today, which is he's sick and that he's not touring. He canceled all of his tour dates. And we don't know if he'll ever play again.
They don't even mention it?
It's not mentioned. It must have been in the can before this happened. It's not even a postscript.
Yeah, that's disappointing because that would have put his entire career in perspective with a bow at the end of it. Not even like an epilogue.
I expected some sort of something. You know how they do writing at the end of a movie? Yeah. Like now, 20 years later, there are still people trying to make moose eggs. No, there's nothing like that.
The show is called Nothing Personal with David Samson. David, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Stu.
Is it Stugotz's birthday today?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it is.
Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
Chris, yesterday we were having a very spirited conversation about CVS's and Walgreens, and you thought that we couldn't tell the difference between a CVS and a Walgreens. So you took it upon yourself after the show to visit a local CVS and a local Walgreens to take pictures. Guys, we're going to play a new game show. It's called CVS or Walgreens.
Which one is Ryan Clark at?
Ryan Clark's at CVS. That's clearly a CVS.
Now, this is a visual game. We will try our best to describe it for the podcast audience. But check us out on YouTube because we're doing a lot of fun things like CVS or Walgreens.
All right. I just want to be clear for your process for this. You just went to a bunch of different Walgreens and CVS yesterday with your afternoon?
With my daughter.
Nice.
I looked like a private investigator.
There you go.
I got a couple weird looks from employees being like, why is this guy just snapping photos? But here we go. Photo number 1.
Let's see it.
Let's hit it.
Okay, so we're looking kind of upward towards the ceiling. It's a rack, and it's got, what is that, lawn chairs on top?
Lawn chairs up top.
Yeah, it's a CVS.
I think it's Walgreens.
That's a CVS. There's carpet.
That's a CVS. It's carpet, and also the tags. CVS has the yellow tags.
Yep.
And also the white one with the red.
You're going to find yellow tags in all the stuff. That someone out there tried to do the yellow tag thing. They all have yellow tags.
Okay.
But what's the guess here? I hear a lot
I
of
think
CVS.
it's Walgreens.
CVS.
And the prevailing theory is carpet, right? The carpet's doing it.
I see what you guys are doing. That is a CVS.
Yeah.
That's a relief.
I will tell you, don't be too tricked by the carpets here because there's
Thank you
just
for
give me
that
a little
hint.
hint on the front end.
All right, let's see picture number
two.
Okay, these are balloons.
Not showing you the floor this time.
That's sad.
That's impossible.
Well, hold on, it's not impossible. There are some context clues. So there's balloons. The balloons are inflated, so they're all the way stuck to the ceiling. They're in a little cage, which I find.
That's a Walgreens trademark, is the balloons that fly up into the ceiling.
For those
CVS doesn't have that.
who are just listening to the podcast, it's a photo of the ceiling with ceiling tiles, and it's balloons inside a little balloon corral.
The balloon
but
cage.
There's no floor. There's no shelving.
We can kind of see the end
cards.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, an end cap.
what I learned doing this, there's a lot of just things that
Branding.
say CVS and Wall. Like,
Lot
it's
of branding.
hard to find photos that don't say it.
I'm with you. This is difficult, and this is a very difficult photo, but I'm going to go Walgreens.
I'm going to go Walgreens as well.
I'm going to go Walgreens.
It is a Walgreens.
Yeah,
Oh.
2 for 2. I know my pharmacies.
All right, this is going all right so far. We got a couple more here. Let's
we
go to the
go.
next one. All right, here we
come
have
on.
a cereal aisle.
Well, hold on. Let me get up and look at this.
It looks like to the right there's a cooler. I see yellow tags.
I'm gonna go Walgreens.
Oh, look at him,
here.
He's gotten up. He's looking at. He's really close to the monitor. He's eyeballing it.
All right.
That's a Walgreens, baby.
People are.
That's a CVS.
I'm going Walgreens.
That's a Walgreens.
That's a CVS.
We have the first time that we don't have consensus.
Lots of cereal.
That is.
It's a Walgreens.
A CVS.
Oh, no way.
There's also carpeting at the end of that faux wooden floor.
Damn it, Billy. I was just like, I literally did this one because I'm like, look, this doesn't have carpet. I'm going to trick him with this one. So I tricked everyone but Billy. Let's move on to the next one.
All right.
Stop looking at the floor.
2 for 3. That's a Walgreens.
door.
That's a
This
Walgreens.
is just a photo of a door.
It's a door.
But that's a Walgreens
That's
door.
some local high school, like Western, like Wildcat, like merch on the left right there.
There's also
Western high school
umbrellas.
shirts?
It's like an umbrella stand, and we can see some Maylocks and some other things on the
and the
side.
doorway to the back of the store.
It's an employee-only door. Yes, this is definitely a Walgreens.
That is a Walgreens.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more here that I think might trick you. All right, let's do the last photo here. Here it is. Remember, don't get tricked by the floor. The floor, we're playing mind games here.
This looks like a Target.
It's the makeup section of the store. They all have them.
Is this a Navarro?
Is that the Walgreens logo right there? So it's a makeup section, and it's like kind of down the aisle, but above it you can see something
It
hanging.
says
there.
L'Oreal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, not above that.
I didn't see that part. Don't look at that.
All right.
Just guess.
Okay, it's a Walgreens.
Is that a Walgreens logo?
There's yellow tags too, Amin.
Yeah, yellow tags.
it's a Walgreens.
Walgreens.
Zaz has said Walgreens for
I'll say
everything.
CVS.
It's a Walgreens.
I knew it. I knew it.
And that was
CVS or Walgreens.
Got you on that one with the weird floor.
Yeah, you did. And you know, now that I think about it, that floor, while not carpet, is not what you find in a Walgreens. Walgreens has that I don't know how to describe
middle
it.
school floor.
Yes, it's just continuous. There's no tiles in that, right?
Let's pull back the curtain. Before the last one, he turned his mic off real quick, and he's like, he said, "Someone please, dear God, say CVS." In his,
I couldn't have everyone guess
in his
Walgreens.
best Jeb Bush, please clap voice.
You guys can clap now.
We should play that because earlier we played the Deion Sanders "Please Clap," and apparently Jeb Bush set this up, Zaz, because I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, when Deion told everyone they could clap after he's cancer-free, it reminded me of the very end of Jeb Bush's political career.
But send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
It's unbelievable. I can't get enough of that clip. It's so good. Every time I come across it, it's so good.
It's the way he tilts his head. Guys, what are you doing?
He's like so pathetic. Please clap.
It's really funny what used to end political careers back in the day.
But that's crazy. This guy fumbled the bag big time, right? Your dad was the president?
I think he did all right. Dude, he had no answer. He had no answer for the type of dude he was facing. It was like a southpaw.
Your dad was the president. Your brother was the president. And you're bilingual, and you're the governor of Florida. Like, come on,
He
man.
finally got his at bat, and then he was against a submarine pitcher. He's just like, I've never hit against one of these.
The ball's coming from where?
Please.
We're not doing shame anymore.
You can clap now.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.